Hey everybody, welcome back to RC with Adam. My name is Adam, and today in this video we're taking a look at the ATEZR P20 Plus laser engraver and cutting machine. So bottom line up front, just like in all of my videos, let me cut to the chase here, because if you're watching this, it means you're wondering if you should buy the ATEZR P20 Plus, because otherwise why would you watch a review for a tool that you already have? I mean, I might do that maybe, but anyway, it looks like the biggest competitor compared to this one is going to be the Xtool D1 Pro. Okay, so here's the thing. Should you go between that or this one? Well, I'm going to say you should buy this one. Why? Because this is the one that I have, and this company sent this to me. I'm only kind of kidding. But here's the thing. This really does seem to be like one of the best diode lasers on the market, and that is to differentiate between the CO2 lasers, which tend to be very expensive, just to start out with. So let's get the price out of the way, because I know that's a big thing. This we're looking at right under $1,000. If you buy it off of Amazon, it's going to be like $9.99, and then if you buy it from the ATEZR website, links in the description, we're looking at $849.99 with Air Assist. So actually that is actually a really good deal. You know, of course they say the kind of the suggested price is $1299.99. So I mean, that's kind of typical of companies. They say it's a lot, but then they actually charge you like a smaller amount, and they say it's like a limited time thing. But anyway, that's actually a good price there. Basically, if you're looking to buy a 20-watt diode laser, I really think this is going to be a good one. And part of why I think that is because of how I've used it and my experience, and also because of what other more experienced people have said. So if you want to see a really great in-depth comparison and also some other good reviews, I'm going to have links in the description of this video. And that brings us to kind of the caveat / disclaimer portion before I begin talking more about this. And that is, first of all, ATEZR has sent this to me free of charge to keep for this review. So obviously that creates an inescapable incentive, even if it's subconscious, for me to give this one a good review, because it's like, hey, here's a free thing, do you like it? And it's like, oh, of course I like free things, thank you, this is the best thing ever. So I really try hard to not do that, but that leads us to kind of the second thing, which is that I am actually a laser novice, and so maybe this is a good thing in a good way for this kind of, to get this perspective on this laser. I've really only used the Focus FE20, and I have a review up on that. And so that is a cheap, to kind of contrast this, the Focus FE20 is a very cheap laser, and it uses basically like kind of like 3D printer frame style parts, you know, aluminum extrusions, and that sort of thing, and some, you know, plastic pieces. So it's much cheaper and far less powerful. So just for contrast, that laser, the FE20, was like a 5-watt laser, and it was just, you know, it wasn't a super rigid frame and all this stuff, and I think that was around $200. And this one, the P20 Plus, you know, it's got a 20-watt laser and a very, very rigid aluminum frame, very solid, and a lot of other features. And so that, in case you're wondering, that we're kind of going into the review now, that is the big difference of like, why would you pay this much money for this laser versus a cheaper laser? You know, that's also going to go into longevity. So if you plan on using the laser a lot, that's going to, you know, come into play kind of more of a long run kind of thing. So if you only plan on doing a couple projects, then maybe you wouldn't want to spend this much in a laser. The other thing that you're going to get along with like that more powerful laser is the ability to cut things as opposed to just engrave.
Whoa, look at it blast through that. So cool.
This thing is powerful. I was very surprised actually at how easily it could cut through wood, like the wood samples that they provided. I didn't do super in-depth, like a ton of testing in the cutting department because that's not really what I was trying to do. But like I said, but I did try some of that, and there are some examples of that in the videos that I list in the description below. So anyway, you get a more powerful laser. That's like the big difference. Here are some of the things that I tested out. I tested out metal. 2,000 millimeters per minute at 50% power, and I think that turned out quite nicely. We probably could have gone with a little bit more power. These are aluminum black painted dog tags, shiny. Bought these off of Amazon as well. Oh wow. Oh wow, look at that. Man, that is so cool. That's why this is like the instant customization machine, man. Like 30% power. So I'm probably going to have to abort this because it's smoking like a lot. Alright, let's test out the emergency stop tool. So the, So the air assist is still going there, and that's why it was causing it to smoke like that. Alright, so yeah, we're just super burning through that wood. I mean, just burning it down. So, okay, lesson learned, we don't want to actually go that slow. That's way too much, way too slow to go for this. Because really, you know, you want to be within like a power range, so to speak. So taking a look at the results here. It burned through that really good. Look at that. Wow. Dang, that's actually really impressive. I was not expecting that at all. So no wonder there was so much smoke. Interestingly, this guy at 20% power didn't really, seems to not really have cut through very much. Like just a few layers of this plywood. And this, for reference, this is birch hardwood. There's the item number for you. I got this from Lowe's. I can definitely feel like a lot of engraving, so like it's really actually engraving. It's not just burning, which I find interesting. I'm not sure if that's like, I don't know, I'm not sure how I feel about that. It's kind of cool because it does give like a three-dimensional nature to it. But I think I just need, you know, I think it comes down to playing with the power settings and the image mode and all that stuff to get a really good, you know, photographic image out of this. Next up, we're gonna try a clear glass coaster. I don't think I've tried to engrave on glass before, so let's kind of just see what happens here. This will be our test. We'll put it right about there. Let's go ahead and drop our focusing thing down. Tighten that down. Put it back, and okay, cool. Now let's hold it. Alright, let's send it home. 6,000 millimeters per minute at 30% power. No air assist. Oh wow. I think it's actually working. I'm very surprised by that. Oh wow. That's crazy. Wait, is it burning to the table? What's going on here? Well, that's so weird. So the back side of it The backside, well, it was clearly engraved onto the table. So the backside is like sticky, I think from the residue of the table. So let me clean this off. For the next experiment, we're going to do the same kind of glass coaster, but I've spray painted the bottom of it black. Now, we'll try both sides and see what difference it makes. So let's try first going through the clear side towards the spray painted black side. 50% power at 1,000 millimeters per minute. And start.
Oh wow, yeah, it is definitely making that spray paint like pop. Wow.
Okay, so yeah, blast it through once again. This looks like really burnt-y. That looks not great. But that looks good. On that side, it looks...
Oh yeah, I can feel that. Oh yeah. Whoa.
That looks pretty cool. I'm going to flip it so that we are lasering on the paint side. And again, we're running at the suggested power setting of 1,000 millimeters per minute at 50% power, 50% power. So, we're done with that. We just finished this test. It did not burn through. Wait, no, it might have. I can't really tell. Interestingly enough,
I think it's more etched. That's pretty cool.
yeah, that's definitely etched, that's for sure. I think that may have etched through to the other side as well, which is not what we want. So it would have been better to go through the clear side, I think. This is now what it looks like, having been cleaned up with acetone, so the paint has been removed from that area. I still can't get the paint out of the tiny, tiny little spots. I don't know if I need to soak it or what. Maybe scrub it with a toothbrush. But I think it definitely turned out better going through the glass instead of spray painting on or lasering the spray paint. The next test is going to be kind of the same thing, but now I'm going to use this coaster that's been spray painted with this translucent blue Krylon spray paint. It's supposed to kind of look like sea glass, they call it. So we'll try this out and see how that works. So I'm going to wipe off the glass here and go through the glass and zap the spray paint on the back. And yeah, so this should be not backwards as it is, and I am not using the air assist right now. That looks super cool. Whoa. Wow, that looks crazy.
That looks so crazy. How does that look?
And oh, whoa, that looks pretty cool actually. Even with the burn marks, look at that. That's pretty neat actually. That's a good look right there. I like that blue. You do still kind of see the black part. So possibly, I don't know if it would be good to like tape it or what. That's super, super crazy though. Oh, that looks good though. Look at that. That's cool.
Acrylic.
Whoa, that looks so crazy. Whoa, that's cool. That looks cool. Look at that. Whoa. Now you gotta be careful with that because it just throws light everywhere. Oh my gosh. Whoa. Is our air assist on? Let's turn it on. Let's get that air assist going.
That was intense. Okay, so it didn't actually cut through it. Like it kind of melted it. It didn't actually cut through it. Interesting. Let's try this little piece of black, some sort of plastic that was provided as a test piece. We're just going to cut a little circle into it. Okay. Dang, that's making a lot of smoke. Yeah, I definitely need to get an enclosure for this one, I would say. Alright. Oh wow. Okay. Yeah, that was definitely enough. It melted right through it. That's pretty cool. So you can definitely cut through some plastics, alright. Okay, next up we've got this coaster here, and this is a coaster I purchased from Amazon. It's not coated, so it's made for like to use as a project to turn into something, so it doesn't have a gloss coating on it. So I've sprayed it with that same translucent sea glass spray paint. What I'm really trying to do is just take the paint off. So let's just try it at this, at 1,020%. No, it's okay. It's not amazingly special. It's kind of cool that it's still a blue color. It's actually still blue, and the burn marks seem to wipe right off, or whatever residue kind of powder there is. So that's pretty cool too, actually. 80% power, 1,000 millimeters per minute. Let's do it. Oh yeah, you can hear it sizzling. You can hear it sizzling. Alright, let's take a look at this baby. It looks much better than I thought. I just wiped all the powder residue from the ceramic off of there. And look at that. That's actually really impressive. I think that turned out really nicely. It's not super perfect. You know, the wingtip is just a little not perfect. And there's kind of this dark blue ghost kind of border around it in certain light, but maybe that'll wash off. I'm not sure. It's that's deep in there.
And foam board. The foam board I'm especially excited about because as you may recognize, those cut lines that I tested out are for the BAT, the Backyard Airplane Trainer RC airplane that I designed and have not used in a while. Actually, I haven't flown one or built one in a long time, but I'm gonna bring it back. So if you are interested in getting some laser cut plans or even getting the laser or getting those or whatever, keep bugging me about those because that is on the plan docket thing. Now let me say something about the foam board here. So even though this is a very powerful diode laser, the problem is with a diode laser, it is called a visible light laser. The laser needs to be able to concentrate into the material. Now the problem with this white foam core board or foam board is that it's able to cut through the top paper layer just fine because the paper absorbs that energy and blackens, and it just basically cuts through. But the light gets scattered when it hits the white foam core. And so what happens is all that energy kind of gets dispersed, and so it doesn't really cut through very well. What ends up happening is either it doesn't cut and kind of nothing happens, or if you go too slowly and use too much power, you end up burning all the way through it and actually melting the foam. So that's not good either. So what I'm going to do is basically set this up to cut through the first layer of the paper, and then I can just take a razor blade and make the rest of the cuts. And that'll still be a way faster process than having to, measure out the cuts and line up the cuts and then cut them. And this way I can cut out multiple planes super quickly. I think in terms of actually just cutting straight through this foam, like the flight test planes are, that's going to need a more powerful or a CO2 laser to be able to do that. So that's kind of an interesting thing. You'd think it'd be able to cut through, little 6 millimeter foam core. Like, what? Can't it do that? But nope. Turns out the laws of physics and light override that desire, which is a bummer. But that's okay. I'm still going to make it work. All right, folks, that's the review portion for you. If you're still interested in this thing and you're thinking about getting it, well, links down in the description below this video to where you can get that, and I'll put a coupon code in there if I can. Again, thanks to ATEZR for reaching out to me and offering, to provide this to me, because we're going to be able to do some cool stuff with this for the channel. So I hope it was helpful. I don't really like to just get free stuff and then say, oh yeah, it's cool or whatever. I really try hard to give you some value with it. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you have a great time lasering stuff and flying, and hopefully we'll put this to good use. Keep bugging me about the build plans for the bat, because I need to update those. Have a fantastic day, everybody. Love you. See ya. Bye.
We get bars.